Bruce Nolan lives in Buffalo, New York, a city where snow can cover the streets in spring and where the news cycle often feels small compared to the wider world. Bruce is not a bad man. In fact, he's funny, energetic, and often the life of the party, but he carries with him a gnawing dissatisfaction. His job as a television field reporter at WKBW is steady and pays the bills, but to Bruce, it feels like a cage. He covers stories about bakeries, parades, and silly features that entertain the audience, but never give him the gravitas or respect he craves. What Bruce really wants is to sit behind the anchor desk. He wants to be the one delivering the important news, the face viewers turn to every night, the trusted voice of Buffalo. To him, that desk means success, validation, and perhaps even happiness. He tells himself that once he becomes an anchor, his life will finally fall into place. Beside him stands Grace, his longtime girlfriend, who works as a kindergarten teacher. Grace is gentle, compassionate, and endlessly supportive. She spends her days caring for children and her evenings trying to hold together a relationship with a man who often takes her for granted. She makes prayer beads as a hobby, a reflection of her faith, and she gives Bruce unconditional love, even when he fails to return it in equal measure. The story begins on what Bruce believes will be the biggest day of his career. He's been told the station is about to announce a new anchor, and he's convinced it will be him. He dresses carefully, rehearses what he might say, and imagines the pride in Grace's eyes when she sees him promoted. On air, he delivers a lively piece about a local bakery, throwing in his usual humor and charm. In his heart, he believes this is the last time he'll be stuck with fluff assignments. But fate delivers another blow. The station announces that the new anchor is not Bruce, but his rival, Evan Baxter. Evan is polished, smug, and has a talent for making every sentence sound like it was crafted in stone. He's also Bruce's opposite, calm, composed, and just self-righteous enough to drive him insane. Watching Evan take the position that he's dreamed about for years crushes Bruce's spirit. Bruce can't contain his fury. He insults his boss, Jack, accuses the station of favoritism, and loses control. In front of his colleagues and later, disastrously on live television, he launches into a bitter rant about his career, his bad luck, and the unfairness of life. The meltdown costs him dearly. Not only is he humiliated on air, but the station also suspends him. His dream, once again, is gone. The day only gets worse. His car breaks down in traffic. His dog destroys his apartment by dragging toilet paper across the living room. A gang of thugs harass him on the street, mocking him until he explodes in frustration. Each small humiliation feels like proof that the universe is conspiring against him. Finally, standing in the rain, Bruce looks up at the sky and screams at God. He accuses him of negligence, of ignoring his prayers, of ruining his life. He declares that if he had the power, he could run the world better. It's a cry of anger and arrogance born from despair. The next day, Bruce receives a strange message on his pager. It instructs him to come to an address. Curious and skeptical, Bruce follows the message to a mysterious building. Inside, he meets a man dressed in white, casually mopping the floor. The man reveals himself as God. Bruce laughs, thinking it's a trick, but the man knows things only God could know. Calmly, patiently, God explains that since Bruce believes he can do a better job, he will give him his powers. The only condition, Bruce cannot interfere with free will. Bruce walks away thinking it's a joke, but soon discovers the truth. He has the powers of God. With a thought, he can part a bowl of tomato soup. With a gesture, he can make traffic lights turn green. He punishes the gang that humiliated him, teaching them a lesson they won't forget. He laughs with delight, giddy at his newfound abilities. At first, he uses the powers for petty and selfish ends. He embarrasses Evan on live television by making him stutter uncontrollably, ruining his credibility. With Evan disgraced, Bruce is offered the anchor position. Suddenly, he has the job he always wanted, the attention he craved, and the power to bend the world to his will. He takes Grace out on extravagant dates, moves the moon closer to Earth to make a night more romantic, and indulges in everything he once believed would make him happy. But power brings complications. Soon, Bruce begins to hear voices, thousands of them, whispering in his mind. They grow louder, overwhelming him, until he realizes what they are: prayers. Every person in Buffalo who cries out to God, every desperate plea, every whispered wish floods his mind. Unable to cope, he creates a system on his computer to organize the prayers into emails. He tries answering them individually, but the task is endless. In frustration, he hits yes to all. For a moment, he feels proud. Surely this will make everyone happy. But the world quickly spirals into chaos. Thousands of people win the lottery at once, leaving them with only a few dollars each. Sports teams all win, disrupting entire leagues. Accidents multiply. The balance of life collapses and Buffalo plunges into unrest. Bruce learns the hard way that pleasing everyone means pleasing no one. Meanwhile, his relationship with Grace falters. Grace has always loved Bruce deeply, but she sees that his pride is consuming him. She wants his heart, not his miracles. She wants him to see that love is about care and sacrifice, not grand displays. But Bruce forgets her birthday, focuses on his fame, and allows himself to be swept up by women drawn to his new status. Heartbroken, Grace leaves him. For the first time, Bruce feels truly alone. His powers, his fame, his new job, none of it matters without Grace. Wandering the city, he listens to the prayers again, now with a heavy heart. Among them, he hears Grace. She's praying not for herself, but for Bruce. She prays that he find happiness, even if it means she won't be the one by his side. Hearing this, Bruce breaks down. On his knees, he finally prays sincerely. He asks God not for power, not for fame, but for Grace's happiness. He begs that she be given love, joy, and peace, even if it's with another man. At that moment, Bruce is struck by a truck. He wakes in the white void again, facing God. This time, Bruce is humble. He admits he's failed, that he cannot handle the burden of divinity. He understands now that love cannot be forced, that happiness cannot be manufactured, and that free will is sacred. God smiles, telling him that he has finally learned the lesson. Bruce wakes up in a hospital bed. Grace is there, holding his hand, tears in her eyes. She never stopped caring for him. Bruce realizes she is the miracle he was too blind to see. Changed, he gives up selfish ambition. He reports real stories about ordinary people doing good. He finds joy not in being adored, but in helping others. And with humility, he proposes to Grace, not with miracles, but with genuine love. She accepts. In the end, Bruce smiles at the camera, no longer bitter, no longer restless. He has learned gratitude, humility, and love. His story is of a man who thought he could run the world better than God, only to discover that the greatest miracle is learning to cherish the people around you.